Hey everyone, and welcome to A Millennial Story Coffee Talk. I am Jessica Carmona, and I am the founder of A Millennial Story. So, A Millennial Story Coffee Talk will be happening every so often, every time I do write a blog post about a certain topic or any news updates that we want to share with you guys. So today we're going to be talking about workplace honesty, and I'm so excited to talk about this. I recently wrote a blog post about this and what workplace honesty is, and do we need it? But also we are going to bring in a guest speaker who is going to kind of give their perspective on workplace honesty. One of my best friends, Mr. Manuel Alcala, who is a manager and supervisor at an organization. So we're going to sip coffee together and we're just going to talk about workplace honesty. So hopefully you guys are tuning in with us. Like us, drop in your comments, drop in your questions, follow us on social media. We're all over, so I can't wait to hear from you guys as well. So without further ado, let's bring in our guest speaker, Mr. Manuel Alcala. Hello, welcome
Hey guys.
to A Millennial Coffee Talk. As I was saying earlier, we're going to be talking about workplace honesty. And so I know you are currently a manager and supervisor at your organization. So I want to hear about you and what you think about that, about workplace honesty. But just to give you a quick overview about this blog post, so I basically just wrote about honesty. Okay, so honesty is sometimes seen as sensitive and weak in the workplace. It's characterized as, you know what, we don't need to be honest in the workplace. It's too much emotions in the workplace. I think, however, that organizations do need to be honest. We do need employees who are honest and genuine about their work, about who they are with others. And I go on in details regarding that. You can, again, check out the full blog post at amillennialstory.com. What do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you think that honesty should be left at home? What are your thoughts on that?
As a manager, I feel that honesty is good to a certain extent. So
Okay.
I know that every employee has an opinion, has a thought, has feelings, has lots of things. So being honest is important, but...
So what do you mean when, like, okay, to a certain extent, what does that mean? Are you saying be honest about your work, but I don't care about everything else? Like, what are you talking, like, what does that mean?
So there's a difference between being honest and voicing your opinion because you have an opinion, or you just want to voice your opinion because you want to throw a fit.
Okay. So...
Per se. So...
Okay, so you don't think that a person should be honest in every aspect. So keep in mind, when I say honesty, be honest about who you are, about your work, and like don't play along to get along. In other words, don't kiss ass, right?
In that aspect of it, no, because as a manager, you start to know your team, you start to know the people that you work with, and you know when someone is just kissing ass just to kiss ass, or is just trying to sugarcoat something when you know that they're really upset, or you know that they're uncomfortable, or you know that they're doing something but they don't want to do it.
Okay, so let me ask you, are you honest in your organization? Let's not talk about employees or other people. Do you consider yourself an honest person? And do you think the organization cares that you are honest or not?
I consider myself to be an honest person. I feel that I'm honest. At the end of the day, I'm in an industry where, I would say it's like every other industry, but it's more rugged, more rough. It's kind of one of those, you have a boss, he needs you to do something, so you do it. And it's either you do it or you voice your opinion, but you don't whine and complain about it, because at the end of the day, you know that's your job and you're going to have to do it regardless whether you complain or not complain.
Right.
So
And I'm more of like, I'm in a nonprofit organization sector, so it's a little bit different as far as dynamics are in like the type of industry that you're in. But I honestly think that if you're not honest with yourself, I don't really know how are you going to succeed in the workplace if you can't even be honest about who you are. I mean, why would you sit there and kind of lie or pretend to be someone you're not? Like, I don't understand that aspect, and that's why I strongly feel that honesty is not too much in the workplace. We need this. Organizations need this. This is how organizations become more agile, more flexible, more best places to work, because there are employees who care about the work that they do, who are honest about themselves, about their job, and actually care about sharing that with other people. But I get it, like, you're in a different industry, and I guess, you know, to a certain extent, but what advice would you give to employees, like, you know, right now, today? Like, what advice would you tell them? You know, be who you are, do whatever you need to do to get to the top, or be who you are, stay true to yourself, stay true to your values. What would you say to an employee today about honesty?
To be honest, but always, I mean, you should find a balance for say, or you should, I want to say find an industry, because at the end of the day, you want to go to work where you're comfortable, where you feel at home, because that's where you spend majority of your time. You're going to spend, if not a good portion of your day, your entire day at work or commuting back and forth and at work. So it's important that you find an industry that it's suitable to you and you're comfortable in. Like me, I'm not going to go sit at a desk for 8 hours and type away, because I can't type, first of all, and I have to be outside. Like, that's my thing. So, and if I'm not being true to myself, going to work, it's because I'm not happy there. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not going to work because I'm happy. I'm going to work because I need a job. And that's the start of...
Yeah. No, I get it. I completely get it. I definitely want to thank you for being here. But I actually interviewed a couple of my fellow coworkers and asked the same question. I said, hey, do you think honesty is too much in the workplace? And here's what they said. Check it out.
I don't. I do think that what often gets misconstrued is what honesty is and what that means. Honesty does not necessarily mean being abrasive or brash or intrusive, but I think honesty needs to be in the workplace. That doesn't mean that everybody has to be privy to everything or everything about you, or you need to be privy to everything about everyone else, but in the situation, in context, honesty should be there.
I wouldn't say it's too much. It really depends on what you're being honest about. Of course, you want to be honest about your professional intentions. You want to be honest about where you would like to be, where you'd like to go, you know, how you'd like to be challenged. Things on a professional level, of course, you want to be honest about. I don't think you always have to share your personal side at work. You know, it's good to be open to an extent, but you know, you also have to look out for your end goal. So if it's some type of information that may not benefit you in the future, then that's something you could kind of, you know, keep to yourself.
All right, guys, just like you saw there, as you can definitely see, you know, from my fellow coworkers, that they do feel that honesty is needed to a certain extent. Again, how honest do you want to become, and what are you being honest in is really what matters here. So just to give you a quick perspective, but to wrap it up, please check out this blog post. Let me know what you think. We want to know what you think too. So we want to hear from you. Drop in your comments, any questions you may have for us. Thank you, Mr. Manuel, for joining us. I'm so happy that you came and joined in our first coffee talk. We'll definitely be having more of these coffee talks here as I'm posting about these hot topics in the workplace. Please feel free to tune in with us. We'll definitely be giving you guys more updates on that and having more guest speakers. So thank you, Manuel, and
Absolutely.
we will see you next time. That's a wrap.